asshole for refusing to let my roommate's boyfriend live with us after he tested me. I, 19 female, live with my roommate. Let's call her Ashley, 20 female, in a small 2-bedroom apartment. We've been friends since high school and decided to split rent when we both started college. Things were fine at first, but then she started dating Jake, 22 male. At first, he was over just a couple of nights a week, which I didn't mind. But over the past few months, he's basically moved in, eating our food, using our stuff, and not contributing a single dime to rent or bills. I finally had enough, and I told Ashley that Jake either needed to start paying his share or stop practically living here. She apologized and said that she would talk to him. I thought that was the end of it. Fast forward to last week. I was getting ready to head out to a late night study group when Jake cornered me in the kitchen. He said he wanted to test me to see if I'd be a good person to live with full time. Bitch, this is my house. This is my house. You don't get to test me to see if I'd be good to live with. Either you can get in where you fucking fit in, or this is not the place for you. Nah, you not the asshole. Because what the fuck you mean test me? I don't like tests. I resent all my motherfucking teachers simply because of a goddamn test. Don't test me, bitch. I was confused and I asked what he meant. He said that if I wanted him to pay rent, I had to prove I was roommate material. That's not how that fucking works. Bitch, if you keep coming here more than twice a week, eating my food, watching my TV, flushing my goddamn toilet, bitch, I expect money before the first. I don't give a fuck what you think about me. I don't give a good goddamn what you think about me as a roommate, bitch. You're in my house. He said that if I wanted him to pay rent, I had to prove that I was roommate material by showing that I could handle sharing the space with someone like him. He then gave me a list of rules he wanted me to follow if he officially moved in. Test over, I failed. You ain't even got to worry about it. Stall your efforts, friend. I already failed the test. You ain't got to worry about it. We're not going to make it. We're not going to survive as roommates. That means you got to go be homeless somewhere the fuck else. I'm so sorry. I failed. His rules were things like me doing my share of the cooking, even though I already make all my own meals. Not bringing any guys over. I'm single, but why is this even relevant? And being respectful of his gaming time by keeping the Wi-Fi free during his streams. He wants someone that's going to allow him to be a fucking bum. That's what it is. That's what he meant by being roommates with somebody like him. Bitch, I need you to go back with whoever the fuck you're roommates with right now. Whoever the fuck you spend the other 2 days of the week with, go with them, because this ain't going to work out, fam. Bye, you can't stay here. I laughed in his face and I told him there was no way he was moving in. He got pissed and told Ashley that I was being unreasonable. She confronted me and said that Jake was just testing the waters and that I should have been more open to the idea. She accused me of being jealous because I'm single and suggested I was trying to sabotage their relationship. Now she's saying if I can't be supportive, then maybe she should get a new roommate, one who respects her relationships. I think this is completely insane, but Ashley and a couple of her friends are siding with Jake. They're calling me selfish and controlling. Am I the asshole for refusing to let him move in after his ridiculous test? Red flag. Red flag, red sheet, red quilt, red motherfucking comforter. This man is a walking, talking, gaming fucking red flag. You want to move into my motherfucking house and pay rent here, but you need to test me. You need to test me to see if I'm good enough to fucking live with when you're here all the goddamn time, any fucking way. But because I'm expecting you to pay your way in my house, now you need to come and take over it? Absolutely not. This man is controlling as fuck. And if your friend Ashley feels like that shit's okay and you not wanting to be under his thumb is unreasonable, find another fucking roommate. Find a new fucking roommate. Let her live with that shit. Let her live with that shit. Ask why her friends aren't jumping to fucking move in with her then. All the friends that's on her fucking side, why are they not jumping to be her fucking roommate with this toxic ass man? How the fuck you gonna come into my house? This is my apartment with my friend. And you're gonna come in and test me, to see if I'm fucking good to live with? And then tell me that I need to keep the internet open so that you can stream. These are college students. They are on the internet all motherfucking day. And you're gonna expect this girl to stop so you can bum around on the motherfucking internet? Absolutely not. I'm not in my motherfucking house. Not in my motherfucking house. The one thing that Pushed me over the goddamn edge. The fact that he told her she can't bring no men back to her house. Why are you worried about that? You are in a whole ass fucking relationship. If my roommate's getting fucked in her room, you best motherfucking believe I'm getting fucked in the room that I paid for. I don't give a fuck what nobody say about it. If I'm paying rent and my roommate's got a boyfriend, my back will get cracked in the room that I pay for. I don't care what nobody fucking saying. Your boyfriend should not ever feel so motherfucking bold to tell me not to bring men back to my goddamn house. My house. This man is 22 motherfucking years old and he is a red flag. And OP, you're not wrong. You are not fucking wrong. This man's behavior is ridiculous. My advice is to start looking for another roommate or another place to go because this is not going to just blow over. This man is 22 fucking years old and this is how he's acting. This is not something that you guys are going to be able to just let go and continue on your life about. He's going to cause problems. Be prepared. Start documenting things. Be ready to move. But just know this is just the fucking beginning. This man is toxic as shit. It's going to get worse before it gets better.
Am I the asshole for telling off a lady in a supermarket after she made the teenager cashier cry? So this happened yesterday and I'm still wondering if I overreacted. I, 35 female, was doing my usual weekly grocery shopping at a local supermarket. It was a busy afternoon and the line at the checkout was pretty big. I was waiting patiently when I noticed the woman in front of me, probably mid-50s, becoming increasingly agitated as the teenage cashier, who couldn't have been more than 17, was scanning her items. The cashier seemed a bit flustered, and I could tell she was probably new, making a few mistakes here and there, but nothing serious. The older woman, however, was not having it. She started muttering underneath her breath, rolling her eyes, and tapping her foot. Finally, when the cashier accidentally scanned an item twice and needed to call for a supervisor to void it, the woman lost it. She started berating the poor girl, saying, "How hard can it be to do this job? You can't even do basic tasks. You're wasting people's time." She just kept going on, and the more she yelled, the more flustered the cashier became, until she started tearing up. I stood there for a second, hoping the lady would cool down, but she didn't. The poor cashier was clearly trying her best to keep it together. That's when I stepped in. I said to her, "You don't have the right to treat someone like that. She's doing her best, and it was just a mistake. If you're so unhappy, maybe you should try working like her for a day and see how easy it is." The woman looked stunned and told me to mind my business, and I replied, "It is my business when you're making a kid cry over something as stupid as groceries." The cashier's supervisor had arrived by then and was stepping in to handle the situation, and the woman stormed off, still muttering and cursing. After she left, the cashier thanked me with teary eyes, but a couple of people behind me in line gave me looks like I was the one who had done something wrong. Now I'm second-guessing myself. So Reddit, am I the asshole for telling her off? And then there's an update.
No.
Final update. Alright, I want to address something quickly before I start. A few people have commented saying they think this post is fake, and while I get that some things on here can sound too good to be true, I promise everything I've shared really happened. I do, however, understand the skepticism. I went back to the store yesterday, and luckily I caught the cashier on her break. I was a little nervous at first, approaching her outside the store, but she recognized me right away, smiled, and gestured for me to come over. I told her about all the love and support my post had received and even showed her a few of the comments. She was genuinely touched and even got teary-eyed. We ended up chatting for a bit, and she told me that she's actually a college student working part-time. This is actually her first job. She said she's been feeling more confident since that day, and hearing that so many people have had her back made her feel really supported. While we were chatting, her supervisor happened to walk by and recognize me. She stopped me with a warm smile and thanked me for stepping in the other day. She said it's not often that customers speak up like that, and the team really appreciated it. She mentioned how younger employees can sometimes struggle in those tough moments, and having someone to stand up for you really meant a lot. It felt good to hear that what I did didn't just help the cashier, but lifted the spirits of the whole team. It made me realize even more how important kindness can be in moments like these. I thanked her for her kind words, and after a while of the three of us chatting, she eventually left us as she had to go back to work. After our conversation, the cashier asked if she could befriend me on social media, and of course I said yes. Now the two of us are connected, and it feels like we both got something positive out of the whole experience. There you have it. This is most likely going to be my final update on this whole situation, and I'm so glad that everyone else ended up happy in the end. Well, everyone except that rude lady. But let's focus on the positive. Before I go, even though I sound like I'm just repeating myself, I just want to say a huge thank you to everyone that took the time to comment and share kind words and give encouragement.